Hello my beautiful souls and welcome to my tarot card channel. If you're new here, my name is Jem. In today's video, I don't have a set title yet. I just want to see what comes up for you guys. So whatever title you are seeing will be what we'll be talking about. So in pick card readings, you can view them how you like. You can watch whatever pile catches your eye. As long as you take what resonates and leave the rest. Know that the way that I read tarot is about self-reflection. It's about showing the different options you have. And of course, it's for entertainment purposes. So don't take anything too seriously. Know to trust yourself. Know that you have your own free will and trust your own intuition. So for today, we have 3 piles here. For the first pile, we have Madison Beer. She's looking stunning as always. She's got cute little silver earrings. She's got like hazel eyes. She's got a beautiful oval. I think it's an oval face. She's got her hair done. She's wearing white. You can see her collarbone. She's got a beautiful nose and mouth. So if that catches your eye in any ways, please pick pile 1. And then for pile 2, we have the gorgeous, the stunning Megan Fox. She's got dark hair, beautiful blue eyes, and she's got really white teeth, beautiful lips. She's got a lot of pictures of her sticking her tongue out, and she always makes it look so hot. She's got this like red background, so the color red could be significant to you in some way, or maybe fire signs I was kind of getting. She's also wearing like a black tank top, matches her hair really well. So if that catches your eye in any ways, please pick pile 2. And then pile 3, we have Adriana. She's like a Victoria's Secret model. She's absolutely stunning. She's got these beautiful like greenish bluish eyes. She's got that smoldering look, and her lips are super voluptuous. They're pink. She's got a beautiful Cupid's bow. She's looking serious. She's looking like she's not here to play no games on the runway. And she's got beautiful like thinner eyebrows, and like she's got like eyeshadow, like really nice like eyeshadow, making her eyes pop even more. So if that catches your eye, please pick pile 3. Okay, let's hop into the piles. Hello my beautiful pile 1s. If you chose this thumbnail, this will be your reading. Yeah, okay, so let's hop into it. We're gonna first talk about your thumbnail, and then we're gonna hop into the cards, and I'm gonna see what comes out about your cards. So let's talk about your thumbnail first. The first thing about your thumbnail is you could have a very strong, attractive aura about you, attractive energy about you. Is definitely getting that. I think it's also like there could be something about you having a big transformation. I think there could also just be something about, to indicate this about like being your reading, you could look like this thumbnail. You could look like Madison Beer. There could also be something about beer. There could also be something about the name Madison. There could also be something about having hazel eyes. There could also be something about wearing silver jewelry. There could also be something about like you having a lot of confidence, or being confident in yourself, or building more confidence for yourself, and being very playful, fun, having a beautiful smile. And I'm also just getting like the facial, like the faces you make is like, there's like rarely ever times where you make like an ugly face. Like I'm kind of getting like every time people see you, you always are making like some sort of attractive face. And looking stunning. And obviously nobody's perfect. Everyone has like sometimes not always looking the best, obviously. But like I'm kind of getting with you in particular, pile 1, it's like your face is always looking on point, whether you try to or not. Okay, so let's hop into your cards. So for your cards, the biggest message I'm getting, and I think what the topic is going to be, is like what changes are coming your way, like, and like really soon, because I really feel like there's a big like drastic change coming in for you, pile 1. I think what is happening is like your self-worth, having like a self-worth transformation. So I think like maybe for some of you, maybe you guys felt like not good enough. Maybe that was like maybe a wound that pile one, maybe you guys have struggled with or have dealt with. But it's almost like that's being flipped upside down, and that is like no longer going to be something that you may feel anymore. You're going to feel good enough. You are going to feel way more than good enough. And this could be definitely an important topic. I'm going to open up this book and we're going to talk a little bit more about this wound. So, and maybe some questions to help you overcome this if this is what you're struggling with. But besides that, though, like what I'm getting is like you are no longer going to be doubting yourself. Maybe you felt like you weren't ready or you weren't talented enough, or that other people were somehow better. But, this is about it being a turning point. It's like your perspective of this is going to be uplifted and changed. And you're going to feel way more than good enough. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the 11th house. There could be something about your network and opportunities are expanding. It could also be something about you gaining like more friends, or like a friend group or friendship of people who are like-minded to you, people who understand you, people who respect you, people who aren't here for the drama or gossip or, talking shit or being mean to each other low-key or passive-aggressively. Like I'm really getting like a really good group of friends for you, pile one, that actually care and actually love you like you are their, sibling or, So I'm really getting that. I'm also getting, you could be meeting new people, finding your true community. It's like what is shifting for you and what is changing is you are going to be shifting into a beautiful, like almost like a beautiful social butterfly. I was getting that, and you're shifting into a new social world. You could be expanding through online, through technology or social media, maybe getting like a big social media following. There could also be something about meeting new people who are chasing maybe the same dreams as you. Or maybe even networking, like being able to collab with people. I don't know, there could be something about that as well. You could be going viral, growing an audience, reaching more people. There could be something also about like maybe some old friendships or environments that have been limiting you are, dissolving and falling behind you, no longer connecting with you. So it's kind of like they are being released. And then with another thing I'm getting is with the vision card in reverse, this is really giving me like a message about you reconnecting with your destiny. Like it's almost like you already know your vision. You already know what you feel called to do and like what you want to bring into this life. You have that vision. You have like it's like you foresee the vision for yourself, and you can just tell by reading the signs, by listening to the universe, and like you just know deep down what it is you truly want to do. So with it being in reverse, there could be like a message about how maybe there was a point where you felt burnt out, or you're losing like your spark or your passion, because we do have the firefly, we do have the free spirit in reverse. It's kind of like maybe you hit like a phase where you're, in a bunch of darkness and you kind of lost your light a little bit. You lost your spark and what made you shine. And what I'm really getting with this message is like, literally tomorrow, pile one, you're going to find it. You're going to refine this spark. You're going to refine this passion for living, this passion for life, and what is truly calling you. And it's going to bring so much fun and excitement back into your life. It's really going to bring back this beautiful, fun side of your personality with the free spirit. It's like, this is like somebody who everybody wants to be friends with. This is that friend that is like so funny, so goofy, so playful, really just themselves. Like they're the type of person to show up at a house party with like the goofiest outfit, but also looking like sexy at the same time. And it's like, not only are you funny and super playful, but you're also like hot as fuck. And like, this is just a friend that, everybody just looks up to, and everybody just wants to be friends with them because your energy is magnetic, and like, you don't take life too seriously. You're just here to have fun, and like whatever it is you do, maybe career-wise, it's like, it's going to bring so much fun into your life. So, but the things that I wrote down about the vision in particular is like, This tells me that maybe you temporarily lost sight of your dreams. Maybe life got exhausting. Maybe responsibilities piled up. Maybe you stopped believing in what it is or what you imagined was possible. And I think this is a really big sign for you, pile one, is what is possible and what you imagine to be possible for yourself is possible. You can make this happen. This is reachable for you. You can make this happen. The reason why you see it is because your soul is calling for you to go in this direction. There's a reason to why you feel so called to do this or to go in that path. It's because the universe know that it's destined for you. There's a reason to why you feel it. And I think what's changing now is you're going to be reconnecting with your deeper purpose. When shift happens and synchronicities, like for example, maybe you've been seeing owls lately. Maybe there's something about like bugs, some type of bug, or like maybe smoothie, milkshakes could be signs, or maybe even butterflies, blue butterfly in particular. There could also be something about maybe a sword. There could also be something about mountains, the moon, maybe the snake, a circle of a snake. These could be, or hands holding hands like this. This could be signs, maybe the number 4 could be signs that maybe you've been seeing to like remind you. But basically, doors are opening unexpectedly. Opportunities seem to show up, and they're going to be seeming to show up out of nowhere. It's like tomorrow a new door is going to open for you, and you're going to be like, wow, like and you're not going to miss out on it. You're going to take those opportunities. It's like the universe starts responding when you remember who you are and what you are meant to do. With the King of Swords, this could be representing, this could be suggesting maybe like some overthinking energy. Maybe you were overthinking this. And the universe just wants to let you know that even though you may have been overthinking it, know that that's normal. And a lot of people do this, and that is human, right? Don't lose sight on your dreams and continue to do so anyways. Even if you may doubt yourself, even if you feel a little bit unsure, that's how you build real self-esteem. That's how you build real confidence, is by giving it a try anyways and keep trying anyways. Even when you feel unsure. It says, you may have been trying to control the future or plan every step. But maybe this situation is requiring something different from you. Maybe instead of analyzing everything to its, max, it might be saying to just trust your intuition, trust your inspiration and intuition more. Instead of you thinking like, I need to think so logically about this, why don't you think from a place of your heart and think more of like what your intuition, like listen to what your deep down voice is telling you, Like, for example, maybe logically you'd be like, oh, there's so much competition. Oh, I don't know if I could do this. But your heart is saying, I know I can do this, I remember like I went to school for architecture, and I remember all of like my friends from high school and like a bunch of people were like, oh my God, why would you go in that direction? It's so competitive. Like it's going to be so competitive, X, Y, and Z, yada, yada. But, if anything, it's like, and then I ended up excelling in my class, and then I ended up being, I ended up doing really good, and it was because I believed in myself and it was something I was passionate about. So it doesn't matter about the competition. And like another thing too, that I read this book and it was saying like people could let competition be what holds them back and what limits them. But in reality, if you really look at it, it's like, it's just important to recognize that every single person is different. Everybody has their uniqueness and things that make them beautiful. And when you truly stand out in your authenticity, you do not need to worry about competition. When you do something different, when you bring something new to the table, you can stand in that weirdness, in that authenticity, right? What stands out from the crowd. And people will love you for that. People will come to you instead of others for that. You will find your community. You will find your audience, the people who love you for you. For example, this is the best example I can think of. I watch YouTubers, right? I watch like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, like PewDiePie or whatever. They all play like similar things, right? They play the same games. So in a way, you would say that they're all in competition. But I watch each an individual person for their uniqueness, you know? For example, Jacksepticeye, he's such a sweetheart. He's Irish and he's got a strong accent and I love to see his reactions. And, you know, he's got all these unique qualities about himself and that's why I go and seek him. And then Markiplier is a little bit different. Like, you know, it's like they bring something uniqueness to the table. And I think there's something truly special about you, Pile1. And it's like you're going to be standing in your authenticity and it's like people are going to be loving you for it. And that's the drastic change that is coming towards you. So I think the biggest breakthrough that is coming is you're going to be following what excites you. With another thing I got was that with the Firefly card is like there is a spark of inspiration that is coming towards you literally tomorrow, literally super close, super soon. You're going to be having a flash of inspiration, some sort of awakening, some sort of creative idea or creative endeavor that you've been wanting to pursue. And maybe it's like tomorrow you literally pursue it, or literally today, maybe even now, maybe even right after this video, you're like, oh, you know what? I feel called to start. It's like there's some spark in your mind, some idea, some opportunity, some realization that you've been feeling has been like just been really electrifying. And I think when this idea hits, it's like what the universe is saying is to act on it, move towards it, and really, you know, pour in your energy towards it. You know, write it down, start the process, start the project, take that leap of faith. I was also kind of getting like a message of like how to start anything, right? You do the research, you gather information, you act on it, and then, you know, once you fail or once you make a mistake, right? The whole process is about failing. You reiterate, you iterate, you know, you look back, okay, why did this not really work out? Okay, let's now fix it. So now I could do a little bit better and I could get a little bit closer to my goals. Basically, I think there's something in particular, whatever it is that you're trying to pursue is like your life is headed at that or on that trajectory. And then with the page of roses, the page of wands in reverse, what I'm really getting is that you're not going to be taking life too seriously with this. It's not going to bring any stress to you. It's going to be a fun endeavor, a fun creative endeavor. And maybe it's not anxiety, but more of like excitement. The change that's coming is going to be a return of curiosity, creativity, fun. You're going to be stepping into a energy where you'll be experimenting more, following your excitement, trying new things without overthinking them too much, just being playful and like throwing spaghetti at the wall, you know? It's like, it's fun to experiment. It's fun to try different things out, you know? And, that's the whole point, you know, is in order to figure out if you like it, you have to try it. And so the overall message I'm getting is you're going to be releasing self-doubt. You're going to be finding your community, reconnecting with your purpose, receiving a very powerful creative spark, and learning from joy instead of pressure. So let's get some index messages. We're going to end off your reading with index messages. There could be something about red hair, maybe dyeing your hair, maybe changing your hairstyle. Could be like fun, maybe experimenting with your looks. And could also make you really stand out, especially if you're doing social media. It could be very helpful. Like that's why people like dye their hair so they could stand out and people remember them. There could be something about boredom. Maybe you've been feeling bored lately. And this could be a message saying, you know, pursue something that would bring a new spark of passion into your life. We also have take that risk. Take that risk. 90%. whenever you take a risk, it's always a good thing because you learn from the risk you take. You always are learning from the risks you take. And usually it ends up working out in your favor. When people are afraid to take risks, it stagnates them. It keeps them, it holds them back in life. Maybe there's some, for some of you, maybe there's lack mindset or victim mentality at play, such as like not thinking that you're good enough. For example, we literally have that written down there. And then the last thing we have, I'm in love with how consistent you are in loving me. I think people could really love you for how loving and truly loving you are. And that's going to like maybe help with like friends and lovers in your life. Okay, I want to pull out the book to talk about the not feeling good enough thing. And I think this could really help. Okay, so relationship triggers, right? Competition, admiration, praise, rooted program belief. I need to be superior or I am superior. Primary emotion is pride. It's almost like that message I wrote. I read something and it's like, people could also be successful and you could be successful too. We could all be successful together. Just because someone else is successful doesn't mean that you aren't going to be. Just because one person's doing something and they're being successful in it doesn't mean that you can't too. You could bring something unique to the table. You are more than worthy. So what are some traumas that could cause this? If you want to read it here, what are some unmet childhood needs of why this wound happens? What are some thoughts that may occur in your mind to be aware of when they pop up and recognize, oh, this is coming from a place of my wound of insecurity. It's not my real thoughts, but these are the thoughts that I need to release and not carry no longer because they're not my thoughts. These are from my generations or thoughts that people have passed on to me. Here's the different ways of people, how they deal with this wound, like they either compensate with under-compensating or over-compensating. There could be different ways to ask yourself, and these could be also some limiting ways of coping that could be holding you back. Here's some common relationship problems that happen in friendships or even relationships that could be issues that could be damaging because of this wound. How to approach the challenges. So when we're approaching challenges, when we are dealing with this wound, we are very competitive, we're in denial, we complain. What is this trying to teach us? What is the inner healing we have to do? What are some informations we could tell ourselves is there's no competition to me. I face my insecurities with courage. I admit my weakness is a great strength. We can all win. I'm not a victim. I could overcome whatever I inherited. And then how to support somebody who has this wound. So that's what I have with your Reading My Beautiful Pile ones. We're going to be doing an extended over on Patreon. We're going to be doing some Pinterest boards, see what else comes out, and Love Radio, and probably some charms and initials. So if you want to check that out, make sure to do so. Okay, bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful Pile 2s. If you chose this thumbnail, this will be your reading. So the topic, I don't know what the topic is just yet, but I think the topic's probably going to be around this reading being called to you for some big change coming your way. So what is some good change that's coming your way? I think that's the primary thing that we're going to be talking about. So I think the overall message, before we get into the cards, actually, let's talk about your thumbnail. So there could be something about the color red for you. There could be a lot of fiery passion, I was definitely getting like fire sign, but you don't have to be a fire sign. Maybe you're channeling in a fire sign, but there could just be something about you having a lot of passion, or a lot of love, or a lot of like passion, like fiery love coming your way. And that could be like the good change that's coming your way. It could definitely be a romance reading because we have the hopeless romantic, we have You Turn Me On here. But let's see what I wrote down. So what I wrote down, first thing let's talk about is, I think what the shift is, it's a powerful romantic shift coming your way. I think specifically with the turning on card, I think there's definitely a strong attraction to you. I think what the shift is going to be is there's going to be a lot of potential suitors being very attracted to you, maybe even feeling turned on by you. There could be someone in particular who is a hopeless romantic that could have a great sense of inner child. They could be a Taurus as well, but it could be someone in particular who has like a great inner child, somebody who really understands their own intuition, trusts their own intuition, somebody who just is like very peaceful, very kind, compassionate, loving, and like they're a sweetheart. So I'm really getting like you're going to be someone who's very maybe drawn to them. It's kind of like almost like this is something that might be out of your control, but it's like the universe is, it's like you're fated for this, or the universe is bringing this in. Obviously, I'm not saying that you have to stay in this connection or you have to pursue this connection if this is not a connection that you want. But I think that this is like an opportunity that's coming your way, that's shifting into alignment for you. Another thing I'm getting is like you could be someone who's very, very sexy, especially with Megan Fox being your thumbnail. It's kind of like you just have that personality, you have that confidence, you just have that like fiery passion pile too. And this could be also, maybe that's the type of person that's coming in for you as well. So there could definitely be a lot of chemistry here, a lot of emotional and physical attraction. It's like more obvious and more intense. Like the second you meet this person, you notice that. And it's not something, it's like kind of like difficult to ignore. Another thing I'm getting is like with the Taurus card, it's like you could be stepping out of your comfort zone. You could be breaking routines, stepping out of patterns. Maybe you were consistently chasing people who maybe weren't available, maybe they were flaky, maybe people who lacked compassion, or people who maybe acted really impulsive. And that's kind of like maybe not what you're looking for anymore. And it's like this person is definitely not going to be this person that's coming in. It's kind of interesting how it says impulsive, and then we have the Fool in reverse too. So there could be a big message about acting impulsive. Maybe there's something about maybe for some of you, it's like maybe this person's not going to act impulsive, or this could be a message about maybe you acting impulsive. And because there's pros and cons to being impulsive. Like, of course you want to like take your time and think it through sometimes, but also like you don't want to think it too much or overthink too much to the point where it holds you back. So there could be some message about that coming out here. But anyways, the Taurus energy is usually someone who's very comfortable with staying in the same place, doing the same things, holding on to situations because they feel safe. And with it being in reverse, it's kind of like it's changing you to push out of your comfort zone. So that could be a big message, is like switching things up. There could be just change. Again, change coming your way. Maybe change specifically around your love life. It says, instead of trying to do something that feels predictable, you may suddenly feel called to try something new, open your heart up, take a risk emotionally. Yeah, definitely taking a risk emotionally, maybe taking a risk towards someone who's like a hopeless romantic, somebody who's like a sweetheart, and giving them maybe a chance. It says move in a direction you normally wouldn't. Even through it, it may feel unexpected. Shift is actually leading you somewhere exciting. I think there's definitely going to be some leap of faith, leap into a new chapter. It definitely could be, maybe you are someone who is very cautious about relationships, about trusting people, about starting something new. And I think this whole reading is about really knowing that you're ready to take this leap of faith. And I think this is like the change that's coming into your life. It's like trusting yourself, trusting the universe, trusting your journey, and knowing that giving it a try is only going to bring positive benefits to you, because 90% of the time it does end up working out for you, because you'll either learn from it or it'll actually be successful. So definitely like what's coming towards you is a new chapter. Maybe someone who's going to get you like white roses. There could be something, because she's holding like a white flower and she's running with a dog. So there could be something about dogs. There could be something about blue eyes. Maybe this person having blue eyes or you having blue eyes. It could definitely be something about someone wearing heart on their sleeve, or maybe like a tattoo of like a heart or something. I don't know why this reminds me of a tattoo. The Knight of Cups in reverse is also representing someone who's, going to sweep you off your feet. Somebody who is, it's like maybe their romantic energy has been a little bit delayed, or maybe this isn't someone who, at the moment, maybe you don't know who this is just yet, but it is someone who's coming in. This is going to be someone who confesses their emotions, confesses their feelings, showing deep affection towards you, definitely approaches you in a romantic way. Someone who enters your life romantically. With the Lamb card, this could definitely be suggesting this connection is going to be very gentle, feels very intuitive. It's going to feel, very honest. There could definitely be some sort of truth or honesty coming your way. It arrives soft, but in a meaningful way. Like, I'm just getting, like, somebody who's going to, like, confess their feelings for you. Somebody who's going to be like, I love you. I care about you. I want the best for you. And I just, just really someone who's in tune with themselves emotionally. I'm also getting, it may be a conversation, it may be even advice from somebody else, or even a realization within yourself that's going to help you move towards that, like some sort of honesty that's going to be brought in to help you move towards this. It's almost like things are going to unfold in a way that they've never have before. And then with the Kratos, it's so interesting. It's like almost like this is going to be divine timing. This is like, it was divine timing for you to meet this person, to connect with this person. It's like this connection is going to come towards you at the perfect time. This is a type of connection that's also going to feel like you don't pay attention to time while you're with this person. Like, that like meme or that image of like two people walking on the sidewalk, and it's like they're so connected and they're so like on the same wavelength with their conversations that it's like they lose track of time. Like, that's basically like the type of energy that's coming in here. It's this connection's not going to come into your life just randomly. It's definitely going to happen when it needs to happen, and it's going to be like, at the right time. I'm also getting, it's going to happen at the exact right moment. It's going to be someone that you're going to meet, someone important. You're going to have a conversation that changes everything with this person, or a moment, or there's going to be a moment with this person where you feel like to take action towards it. Like, you're going to feel it. It may feel like time's going to slow down and everything suddenly starts to make sense for you. So overall, I'm getting a strong connection or a strong attraction or romantic energy, stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking a leap of faith, receiving a message and realization that brings you to peace, or experiencing a moment of divine timing. So that's what I'm getting with your cards. Another message I was getting is like, I think what's also shifting into place for you is like you're becoming this person as well. You're becoming someone who's being more at peace when it comes to your love life, and coming more towards being able to be more vulnerable and wear your heart on your sleeve, and allowing yourself to wear your heart on your sleeve and be this vulnerable, honest, loving individual who has a lot of empathy, but, also has good boundaries. I think also you definitely turn people on. I think you're attracting somebody that you're very attracted to. I'm also getting with the Kratos is like, things are just going to be starting to like align with you, maybe working out in your like working out for you. And it's like, it's happening now. Like you have stepped into your divine timing. Like, you have reached the point of things now working out for you. Especially like at the right time, like it ends up working out for you at like now. The last thing I wanted to say was, I think what's shifting for you is like you're trying something new. Maybe you used to date people who were flaky, who again, like were not really compassionate, not really caring, somebody who kind of like just blew you off, and maybe there was a way where you were seeking maybe validation from them in a way, and it was like not really real love. It was more of just validation. And there could be a point where you're like, you know what, I'm done with dealing with these types of people. I'm ready to find real love. And it's almost like maybe someone who, it's like you change the way, you change how you feel attracted to people. Like you start changing your type. You start having a different type and you start feeling more attracted towards men or people who are more emotionally available. So that's what I have with your cards. So let's see what we have with your cards. We have obsession beats talent. There could also be something about maybe your career. We also have pretty privilege. You could be receiving. I also want to say like there could be something about you pouring more energy into your looks, into your body, taking better care of yourself. Like it's almost like you are him, you know, you are her. Like instead of like idealizing like a man or like being obsessed with a man, it's like you're pouring that obsession into yourself. You're like, I'm obsessed with me. I'm, you know, super sexy. I'm, you know, it's like you pour that energy in and you're like, I want to be this person and I'm going to be them. And just really stepping into your power and being like, I'm beautiful, I'm pretty, I'm attractive, people are attracted to me. I'm, you know, I love myself, but in a confident, non-egotistical way. Like it's like, I'm obsessed with myself, but like in a way that like knows that it's because I believe in myself and I know I could do anything like that I pour my heart into. Like it's like obsession over whatever it is you want to pursue and getting really good at whatever it is you want to pursue. And it's like, it's working out for you now. It's like I'm almost getting like a message of like, you're not waiting for it to just come towards you. Like you're working towards it and the universe is going to align to make it happen for you. Like, it's like, it's not about being like, oh, it's just not the right timing. Like instead of saying that excuse of being like, oh, it's just not the right timing. It's like, it could be the right timing if you worked towards it, if you got talent, like if you worked towards it, right? If you did the hard work. Talent is just hard work, working really hard towards something. If you want to be a good lover, right, you have to work towards being a good lover. If you want a beautiful relationship, you have to work towards being that person. If you want to be successful, you have to build those skills and create that knowledge, right? So pouring all of that energy into yourself and being obsessed with yourself. And that's really what I'm getting with these cards. We also have, it says you always make it about you. I feel like there could be a message saying that when I wrote this is like not something helpful or productive to say in a relationship, right? Like this would sabotage this form of communication, right? Of blaming is not productive in relationships. So there could be something about this maybe being left in the past, like maybe this is something that you used to say and it's being left in the dust, it's being left in the past, and like finding new ways to communicate more helpfully and healthfully. There could also be something about like, this could be a message for maybe you, where maybe like the connection is going to be more balanced to where it's like equal give, you know, it's like, it's not just about one person, maybe someone who's a bit of like just about them, you know. It's more about like an equal give relationship. There could be a lot more trust. Maybe there was trust issues in the past, but now it's like being able to trust better, being able to trust more. We have sporty look. There could be someone maybe who has like a sporty look. And then we have, and then you're going to be also, this person could be very supportive. Maybe you could be very supportive of this person. And it's like, that could be something. I think this could also be the message from the universe, being like the universe is supporting you as well. Like, you got this. So that's what I have with your reading, my beautiful pile twos. We're going to be doing Pinterest board, love radio, and charms and initials in my extended on my Patreon. It's linked in the description if you're interested in checking it out. If not, no worries. Thank you so much for just being here, and I'll see you in my next ones. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile threes. If you felt called to this reading will find you when your life is about to change. So stay tuned, and let's see what the cards have to say. So the first thing we're going to talk about is your thumbnail. So you have Adriana. She is a Victoria's Secret model. She's stunning. She is super beautiful, super sexy. It's like almost like she has pretty privilege. I think a lot of people fall in love with her, not only from her looks. I think a lot of people are very attracted to her. It's like she's way out of everybody's league. I think that's literally you, pile three. Everything I said about her is literally about you too. So you could be out of people's league. You could be literally super sexy, super beautiful. I'm also kind of getting like, she's kind of just not here for everybody. Like, she has very high standards because she you know, she respects herself. She knows that she's worthy. And I'm kind of getting like she just doesn't let her access to just about anybody. Like she's a little bit intimidating in the thumbnail as well. Like she's very serious. She's like mogging us, you know. She's like a lion, you know. You don't mess with the lion. And that's what I feel about you, pile 3. Another message I'm getting is like people could be a little intimidated to make eye contact with you. And I'm also kind of getting like, I think again, like a lot of people like you, and it's kind of like you are at the point where you're like, okay, I'm figuring out what works best for me, or who fits my criteria. So that's what I'm getting with your thumbnail. But if none of that resonates, let's hop into these cards. So we have the empty room. You could also maybe just look like her. But besides that, though, we have the empty room, we have the lion, the meathead. So let's see what these cards have to say. Okay, my beautiful pile 3. So what change that's coming your way is definitely self-mastery and beautiful opportunities. So with the letting go of judgment, right? The Virgo says judgmental, self-loathing, fake. With this, I'm kind of getting like a message of like you letting go of self-judgment or self-criticism. I think what this is signaling, it's like a shift away from, you know, falling into the need to be perfect or the self, you know, criticizing way of thinking. And sometimes when we're over analytical of ourselves, sometimes we do that to others as well, which obviously I think what this is also representing is like it's a good thing that you are somebody who wants high standards, has high standards, right? You know what it is you want. And like, you're not just going to take anybody, which is great. So it's almost like maybe for some of you, you could also be shifting into this like segment of your life where you are, you know, not just taking anybody, like, you know that you're worthy of more, and like you're being very, you know, selective with the potential suitors. And that could be a shift that's coming your way. But overall, though, I think the message is like no longer being very critical of yourself. I think there could be something where maybe you were doubting your worth, and I think there's change that's coming that is going to be releasing that. I think you're going to start trusting yourself more, and other people are going to be noticing that confidence. I'm also getting, it's almost like new doors are opening to new opportunities that require you to believe in yourself. And I think that's a big shift that's coming additionally. With releasing old patterns, there could be something about you releasing old patterns, maybe with your social life, your personal life, maybe moving out of situations that are no longer serving you. For example, outdated relationships, friendships, or habits, maybe specifically with a a specific suitor that could potentially maybe just be a temporary fling, because it says it in the deck. It literally says it in the card. If that doesn't resonate for you, then it could just be maybe a message of like a shift in that relationship, maybe like a transformation in that relationship that's going to do better, and it's like it's going to step into something more like emotionally connected and healing, and it's going to like revive the connection and like have like a shift in that. But for some of you, it could also be just like ending a relationship that maybe is no longer working out for you, or it's like maybe it's just a temporary fling. Or if that doesn't resonate, these cards could also be representing like a new suitor coming your way, who could maybe be a little bit of a meathead. They could be someone who's like very athletic, and maybe they're a little bit more like simple-minded, but it could be very beneficial. Like they're simple, they'll tell you how they feel, they'll tell you exactly what it is they're feeling. And maybe going out on a date night, and that could be like a shift happening for you, and that could be a really happy, exciting, maybe exciting date night thing gonna happen for you, and that could be something that the universe wants to let you know. Another thing too is there could definitely be something about you making space for something fresh and clearing out space for better energy and better experiences. Um, with the Page of Swords, what I'm really getting with this card is that what change that's happening for you is that you're going to be learning, you're going to be stepping into your curiosity, you're going to be approaching life with a fresh new set of eyes. For example, you're going to be exploring new ideas, gathering new knowledge, ready to take on something or some challenges with a youthful, inspired mindset. This is perfect for change that it is empowering because it prepares you mentally for big opportunities. Another message I was getting with this card in particular is, hold on one second. There could be something about you being very eager to learn and being very eager to soak up new knowledge and new ideas. So that could be a big change that's coming your way. And it's actually interesting how it's underneath the empty room, because the empty room makes me think of like a clean new slate, like being given like a clean new slate. Like if you didn't have a name, if you didn't have, if people didn't know you, if people didn't know who you were, if people didn't know your name, if people didn't know your personality, if people didn't know what you look like, who would you be? Who would you choose to be? Who would you want to be? And it's like, be that person. Don't be the person that people expect you to be, but be the person who you want to be. And it's almost like this person is starting off with like a clean slate and maybe meeting new people, maybe like traveling to a new state or new country, maybe being someone who isn't like as recognized, but like being recognized for something different, or like your personality is changing. You are going to be recognized as someone different, and there's going to be some big difference coming your way. Another thing too is the empty room. I think this is a very important message for somebody. If it doesn't resonate, you could just ignore it. But a big message could be, this card could also represent the void that sometimes we feel when we feel empty deep down inside, when we feel like there's an absence of love. So we chase it out in like our partners or in our parents or in our friends, family, whatever. And this is almost like a sense of, it's representing, the lack of validation, the lack of love that we maybe didn't receive as a child. And so when we develop that, right, when we grow up that way, we start to have this void. And this void causes issues in our love lives and our relationships, whether it's a love life or not, because we are consistently trying to chase that void of validation. We're trying to seek out validation through people. We're trying to please others. We're trying to finally receive that love that we didn't receive as a child. And it's like we'll try everything to please others, but not please ourselves. And we start to lose ourselves. We start to constantly, and then it's almost like, and then when we finally, another thing too, is when we finally reach our goal, it's never good enough, because this void is here. It's because we're constantly trying to fill this void with something new. You ever see those rich, successful people? It's like they don't even celebrate their achievements. They'll just be like, okay, on to the next. I'm never going to be satisfied. And it's like, that's not a life to live. I get the drive. I get the hunger. Yes, it's good to be hungry. But this is more of coming about, like, instead of like caring about the purpose, instead of caring about the wish fulfillment of the purpose, right? Of bringing purpose to your life, it's more about the emptiness, right? The nice cars, the nice house, the nice, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, what will bring actual real fulfillment and real love into your heart is doing something good and making a difference in this world. So for example, if somebody started like a business, like helping people, right? Helping kids or helping people who can't afford like healthcare or something, or I don't know, just like actually doing something to help people, instead of being like, oh, I just want to be successful for the money or the fame or the cars, you know what I mean? For the validation. You understand what I'm saying? So that could be a message too. It's like almost like maybe your perspective on what brings you real fulfillment is changing. What you are actually looking for, what your standards are, what is it that you really want in this life? And knowing that you could have it right now, right? Knowing that the fulfillment could be happening right now. You doing good, helping others could be your purpose that you could be feeling right now. And feeling good about that right now, instead of being like, oh, I have to wait till I have a nice car to be happy. You know, like happiness comes from within. So there could be something very important about that message. And sitting with that discomfort, if you have been feeling uncomfortable, right? For example, specifically wanting to please others and seek that validation out of others, take a pause before you act. Take a pause, sit in that discomfort, sit in that empty room, in that uncomfortable feeling, and just sit there and ask yourself some questions. Is this what I really want to be doing, or am I doing this to please others? Is this who I really am? Is this who I really want to be? If nobody knew me, who would I actually want to be? And if I was able to, if I didn't worry about the money, if I didn't worry about the status, if I didn't worry about anything, if I had no worries in the world, what would I be doing right now? And whatever that is, that should be what you're doing. Okay, so with the Page of Swords, yeah, it's just like a youthful mindset, somebody who's here to learn, somebody who's here to grow, somebody who is approaching the situation with like a childlike sense of fun. And this could, another message, this could be related to love, this could be related to relationships. There could be something about you no longer caring what other people think. And that could be the shift, the change. With this empty room, this could also represent, it says, while it still feels like a void at first, it actually represents immense untapped potential. The message says, don't rush to fill the space. Be patient and fill the space with, you know, quality, high quality things, right? The things you actually want, the things you actually want to be. Be patient, you know, not just letting anybody into your room. The period of waiting is actually a moment of preparation. Patient now is allowed wisdom and guidance to arrive, or patience, be patient now. Allow wisdom and guidance to arrive naturally. So when you do, it is perfectly aligned with your life purpose. I think the universe, a message that the universe is trying to say is that you are being prepared to step into your transition. You're slowly but surely like changing and evolving into such a high vibrational person. And it's almost like it came from your patience and wisdom, and not from the anger or impulsivity or self-loathing energy, you know? It's like sometimes when we don't like ourselves and we feel like we need to do more, we have anxiety and we try to chase things that aren't really our purpose, but more of somebody else's, you know, we're seeking somebody else's validation. For example, let's say my dad wanted me to pursue, you know, being a doctor, right? And I didn't want to be a doctor, but I didn't receive a lot of love in my life or a lot of support in my life. So my dad would always be like, oh, once you be a doctor, I'll be proud of you, X, Y, and Z, right? That type of emptiness, that creates a void in me, right? And it makes me feel like I need to do something outside of me in order to feel full, in order to feel loved, in order to feel like I'm good enough. And I chase that. I constantly chase that. I work to my limit. I literally neglect my body to push towards this goal. And then when I finally become a doctor, right? And I have all this money and I have all the cars and I have all this stuff, I'm like, wow. And it's like, and then for example, right? And then I end up telling sometimes this happens too. And then I end up telling my parent that I did this. They're like, oh yeah, well, it's not good enough. You're not an eye doctor. You're not a brain surgeon like I thought you would be, you know? So it's like, there's no point in chasing that validation because it's never going to be good enough. If you're not good enough now for them, it's never going to be good enough. You know, it's your worth doesn't come from the things outside of you. Your worth comes from who you are as a person, who you were born as, your personality, who you are. And for example, like I say all the time, every single time on this channel, if you were born on the side of the road with nothing, with no money, with not even the ability to speak, you are worthy of all your desires, of everything you wish and dream of. You are worthy. And because you were human, you were born on this planet by God. God created you for a fucking reason. And so with this, it's like, you know, and then you become the doctor, and then it's like, wow, it's never good enough. I'm still not happy. I'm still not happy with what it is I'm doing. I still wanted to do something else with my life. And that's the important message, is like, you know, it's not about rushing to your goals. It's about being selective of where you pour your energy into, especially if it's career-wise, right? If you're like, I want to be an actor, but you're trying to be a doctor to prove yourself to somebody, you're not actually doing your soul's purpose. You're doing somebody else's. Somebody's living through you. And you should be doing what makes you happy. If your sole purpose is to be an actor, then that should be where you're pouring all your energy towards. Not trying to prove it to somebody else. And I think that's a big message for you, Pile 3. But I think that's the shift that's happening. Tomorrow, literally today, right after you watch this reading, that's the change that's coming your way. And so that's what I'm getting with this card. But it's like, it's not about rushing to fill this space. It's about waiting. It's waiting for what truly is calling you, and what your quality. You only have a room to fill. You can't fill it to the brim. Like, you can't overfill it. You only have a room of that much space to put quality things in. You don't just want to put everything in there, right? You want to be selective. So that's what I'm getting. You only have enough time in the day. So that's what I'm getting with that. And it's like, with the Mastery and Strength card, right? The Lion card, I'm really getting like inner strength, self-mastery, dedication. There's a lot of change coming that is involving you to be stepping into your power and your confidence, believing in yourself, even if others don't believe in you, believing in yourself, believing in your capability. You are more than motherfucking capable. Okay, Pile 3? So I think you're stepping into your power. I think you're finding people who are going to be respecting you more. I think you're going to be responding to opportunities that really reflect your true authenticity. You are also going to be feeling more calm, feeling more self-assured, even in uncertainty, even when maybe you're struggling, even when you're feeling unsure of yourself, you're still going to feel at peace and self-assured and being like, I know I got this because I trust the universe. You know, this is your moment to shine through your competence, through your wisdom, through your self-assured action. With the Knight of Swords upright, the meathead, this is all about excitement and action, right? This person's like, I know what I want and I'm going to take action towards it. The meathead is literally known as the dense Casanova. He's not the brightest of the bunch, but he exudes a primal masculinity and strength. He's got beefy arms. He's certainly a safe and brings a warmth protective embrace. His goals are simple. He want love, he find love. The charm of his action-oriented ways, he's simplistic and easy to fall for. I think a lot of people, you are easy to fall for. I think a lot of people fall for you. I think you could be a little bit thinking more simplistically, which could be definitely very beneficial to you. I think you're very, like, beautiful or handsome and uncomplicated. And people view you as, like, a hot lover. I think a lot of people fall for you easily. I think you're somebody who also, you could be very direct, maybe even impulsive and energized. You're a person who sparks attraction. A bunch of new opportunities come towards you that require your immediate attention. And I think there's, I think there's also something coming in towards your life, whether it's a lover, whether it's a new opportunity or new job, like career path. I think it could definitely be maybe a new lover that is going to accelerate you towards your goals very quickly. So I think the overall message I'm getting is you're letting go of self-doubt and perfectionism. You're clearing out old patterns, old this like anxiety, feeling like I need to prove myself. Learning, being more curious about life, finding new ideas, trying new things, being more sudden, Excited about new opportunities and encounters that are going to propel you forward. Yeah, I think you're really like, it's almost like you are thinking, you're believing in yourself. You're, thinking very hard about what it is you want to do. You found what it is you want to do. You know what it is you want to do. And it's like you are now manifesting that, and you are now being propelled towards that. And the universe is like slowly but surely aligning you every step of the way. Every step. So that's what I have with your reading, with your cards. Let's see what else we have. It says, you seriously can do anything. Wow, that's so crazy. I think you really need to hear that. There could be something about you investing, like, figure out where you want to invest your time, Use your time wisely. You only have enough time on this, you only have a little amount of time on this world, so might as well be doing what makes you happy, right? Hold on, these cards got all messed up, so I have to fix them. I see anxiety here, so anxiety could definitely be a message. But let's see what else we have. We have courage. The courage. Take the courage, take the leap of faith, take the courage, have courage to where it is you want to go and to who it is you want. There could also be something about someone who's stocky, again, like somebody who's athletic, has broad shoulders, stocky. We have acceptance, healing. There could be something about you really accepting yourself, loving yourself, accepting who it is you are and who it is you're meant to be. We also have, I'm interested in getting to know you. Okay, so there could definitely be maybe a new lover coming in as well, maybe a Virgo, who's going to be taking you out on a date. There could be something about this person really aligning with your values and what it is you're looking for in love. Like, you ask them the right questions, you watch out for the red flags. There could be something about maybe getting drinks with this person too. And there could be something about you having a really good connection with them, and it's almost like it's going to bring this sense of stability. It's not like this person's going to come in and rescue you. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I think you are more than capable of literally doing anything that you've ever dreamed of. But I'm more of getting like somebody who is going to bring this sense of stability into your life. It's not that you need that in order to pursue this. It's almost like you pursue this and you be who it is you want to be, and the right person comes in. Like, that's what I'm getting. It's like you worked on yourself first and then the right person came in. So that's what I'm really getting. Like, this is the change that's coming towards your life, pile 3. We're going to be doing Pinterest board. We're going to be showing some images of more messages we could be getting over on Pinterest, or over on Patreon. So sorry, in my bio, in my description. It's going to be charms, initials, and we're going to do love radio. So if you're interested in checking that out, make sure to do so. I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye-bye.